I always say that what's been interesting, whether I talk to an endocrinologist, a cardiologist, a GI specialist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, is there's sort of these threads, and you know this, that seem to show up back to health. One is metabolic health and metabolic function, having that, work correctly. The health of your microbiome, which also seems to be a bit of a moving target. That's the tricky thing. Everyone's always healthy gut and prebiotics and probiotics, but I think everyone's still trying to work that out. But we do know that the better the gut functions, then the better everything else is functioning. And even if you want to talk about anxiety, mood, things like that. Chronic inflammation, we know that inflammation is good, but chronic inflammation, not so good. And that most things come from a state of chronic inflammation, that we want to maintain insulin sensitivity. These, again, and there's only 5 things for me that I keep hearing over and over. So whether it's your heart health or diabetes, cancer, anxiety, that these sort of things really work out. Mitochondrial function, that the little batteries are working well and smart. And then finally, that sense, and you just said it, that sense of community, that there is somebody that you could call. That if you doesn't have to be a lot of people, 2 or 3, that they know you or that you could call them. If you say to me, hey, by talking to all the most incredible experts, that these are the things in our health, because sometimes we look at health and it's so confusing. Okay, calories and fasting and all this. No, how do we manage these buckets? So take a test to see how your insulin sensitivity is, things like that. And then I would add to that, and that would be, a sense of purpose or a sense of some type of service. So community has that aspect to it, but I would just kind of add it because I do think having a sense, having a purpose. So if you're 20 or you're 80, that when you get up each day, there is this purpose and that you're contributing to your world. So it doesn't have to mean that you're changing the world. It means that you're contributing to your home, to your block, to your neighborhood, to your community.
And I believe they did a study in the Japanese culture in the Okinawa where there are a lot of centenarians. Sure. I think the word is ikigai, but I might have butchered it. But that is the purpose.
Yeah.
Like just waking up, tend to their gardens.
Yeah.
Do pottery, make crafts.
Yes.
As simple as that. You don't need to change the world.
Right.
But whatever that is true to yourself and you're passionate about and drives you forward. And that keeps them going. And I think it does a lot to the psychology, to the brain. And all these systems are interconnected. Your brain, your gut, your heart. If something is not working well, it will affect the other parts.
Yeah. And I think we're always trying to fix, symptoms, and we're not looking at the reasons. And I would encourage people when it comes to your health and your metabolic health and health in general is to back up, take the symptom, but back it into what could be the real reasons. Because the more we work on that in our lifestyle and things like that, and even, listen, therapy, if people have had trauma, there's a lot of statistics around obesity and traumas. So I always say it's the dual gloves. It's total grace, total accountability when you approach all of it. Give yourself a break, but the only way it's going to get better is by you. Yeah. And so that seems to be something that also has shown up in a lot of the conversations.
Yeah. And even though, you listed the 5 things, right? The metabolic health, insulin sensitivity, community, mitochondrial health, and
chronic inflammation.
You don't even do 5. You don't even have to do 5 different things. You can just literally do just have the foundation of your life, things that you already are doing. You're sleeping, you're eating, you're moving, right? Have that in check, and you will significantly improve all these areas.
100%.